Why do you think I like eye contact so much?
Heidi makes it constantly.
Because I have a dog that just looks at me like this.
All day.
No thoughts.
No thoughts.
Smooth brain. W's.
What?
Want to say something?
No.
Sit you back.
Hey guys, happy afternoon.
Hiya.
Hiya. And a good
Hiya.
morning to you wherever you are on your Monday morning drive.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What's that from?
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that for the first time in high school.
I saw it for the first time downstairs.
Am I home?
With you and Jensen.
Really? As an adult?
Yeah, like
Well, we've only lived here for 4 years, so
I think it was like in 2020, maybe somewhere around there.
yeah.
Ooh, what a year to watch that movie.
Yeah.
It was. It threw me for a loop.
I bet.
Like I knew the plot.
Yeah.
I knew like what to expect, but I didn't really expect the ending.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We watched it in, I think, a government history AP class.
I
For
would
some
like to see
reason.
the alternate endings.
Oh, there are alternates?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Well, now
There's
you
also alternate endings to Groundhog's Day.
hate.
There's
that
some
movie.
really messed up alternate endings to Groundhog's Day.
I never watched it.
Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. I feel like
No.
it's just the same thing.
I'm just
over
not
and
a
over
Bill
again.
Murray. I'm not a huge Bill Murray fan.
Oh, I do like Bill Murray.
I don't like to say that in front of Jansen.
I like Bill Murray
Yeah.
now.
Get out of this
I'm
house.
sorry.
No,
In the
just
wrong
joking.
There
house.
was just that type of movie, though, in the 90s
Yeah.
where I don't know, the movies that he made were just annoying comedy. And
Oh.
it triggered something in my brain that I just don't like. It didn't make me laugh. It makes other
Yeah.
people laugh. For me, it gives me anxiety.
Mm.
Mhm.
You did a lot of Wes Anderson stuff. Did you not like
She
that?
saw What About Bob and got annoyed.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
I
about
loved What About Bob?
What
So
about
good.
Bod makes me viscerally angry?
I have it on DVD. Would you like to
No, I
pop
would not.
that in?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Do not have a DVD player.
I
On
was like
PlayStation.
forced
Oh,
to
yeah.
forced to see that at like a friend's house in high school, and then saw Groundhog's Day like that same
Oh
year.
no!
No.
Never again.
Mm-mm.
Oh no!
Couldn't be me.
I do like his lore as a person.
Same.
I like that he just shows up places
Yeah.
and like gives people like dad advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That part is fun.
How old is he now?
Probably in his 70s.
Got to be getting up there.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet Bill Murray.
73.
Wow.
Hey, look at that. Right on the nose.
Good job, guy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
Yep.
who's the looker upper?
Sorry.
Oh,
How
my
dare
bad.
you?
Job security. Challenged by the wife.
My
The job security
is
that
none
we
of you know how
don't
this
pay.
works.
That too.
Yeah.
Google can only get me so far.
Yeah.
If it were up to us, we'd still be on an air mattress in the guest bedroom.
All sharing one mic.
Oh God.
Yikes.
Hey, at least that was only our game plan for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We
And
didn't
then
even,
we all sat on it once and went, nope.
in my brain, I was like, I'm too close to all of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all
I
touching.
don't want to
And it
touch
was
this much.
No, thank
What
you.
Yeah.
were we thinking?
The lore to the Blood and Contracts preseason.
Yeah.
Beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weekend of episodes that will never air.
Yeah.
Oh man, good stuff.
I want to find them.
Yeah.
Do you have them?
I have the video on my phone of our very first episode that I've never watched.
Mhm.
Oh no.
It's 43 minutes. I think it probably, from memory, it was good. We were just uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But our vibe and what we talked about was fun and funny.
Yeah.
But
The
af-
vibes have always been there.
I mean, personally, our first 3 episodes, not a fan.
Oh, I can't
I've
listen to
never
them.
gone back to rewatch or re-listen.
Two-
I should.
2 of my friends who
Maybe I will.
I feel like I like their opinion because I know it's brutally honest.
Yeah.
Literally told me over the phone, yeah, those gave me so much anxiety within the first 5 minutes that I had to turn it off. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I'm like,
no.
yeah.
great, cool. What am I doing with my life? Awesome.
I
Yeah, it got
just
better
tell-
from there.
I just tell people not to listen to the first 3.
Please skip.
Yeah.
I just go, episode 4. Start there.
For a while, our YouTube video was set to the For You version of the YouTube channel. So it would recommend things where you should start, which would be episode 1.
Yeah.
And then it was our next like most viewed episodes after that. So I turned that off because I'm
good.
sick of people finding the first episode first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find like episode
Give
10.
us a chance.
Yeah.
maybe go back, but it's not necessary.
Go back when we have millions of followers and
Yeah.
a
Like,
studio.
let's see the raw beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's just feels so
started,
cute.
Yeah.
they started from literally nothing.
Yes, we did. And here we
Yeah.
are.
Episode 27.
7, 8. Yeah, this is our last one for the weekend.
Yeah.
28.
28.
We did it, you guys. We're getting very good with our system. Getting
Yeah.
better on timing. We're a little
Actually,
over today.
when this comes out, I'll be 28 a week later.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Oh, who asked?
You're done.
so
You
rude.
are. Cut off.
But he probably literally is done. He just wants to go into his man cave
Also,
and not listen to our
I
voices.
love making Kelly happy just by quoting Pitch Perfect and or New Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I haven't seen all seasons of New Girl. I never
Oh.
finished
Really?
it. Yeah, I have like
I've watched
2
it multiple
seasons.
times.
I've been rewatching it recently.
Is it your comfort show?
It's one of them.
It's one of mine. Yeah.
You have many.
It replaced Gilmore Girls for me.
Mm.
I couldn't rewatch Gilmore Girls anymore after a certain point.
Yeah.
I tried to in like 2020,
Same.
and I was like, this isn't aging great.
yeah.
No.
Like the just overt fat phobia in that show.
I tried to start it
Yeah.
again recently, but
Mhm.
if I'm gonna rewatch it, it has to be starting in fall.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I
Obviously.
couldn't get into it. And I think
Mhm.
the only reason why it's on my like continue watching because I've tried recently was because I like really needed noise and I needed something that I knew I wouldn't
New.
have to
Yeah.
pay attention to.
Yeah.
It isn't. I mean, it is that and extreme
Mhm.
racism throughout that show. It's
Yeah.
a pretty intense version.
And also just Rory.
yeah.
She just kind of pisses me off now as an
Yeah.
adult.
For me, it's their relationship.
Yeah.
The way they talk to each other in every season as
Yeah.
an adult gets me right in my heart. I don't
Yeah.
like it. It makes me anxious.
The parentification of Rory Gilmore
yeah.
should be studied.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
What are your other comfort shows? The Office, is that one of them?
I think so. And right now we're watching because Peacock does super fan editions.
Yeah,
So
I
they're
had
like,
never
those
heard
are
of
fun
that.
playlists.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like 15-ish minutes longer and they just
Simple.
have extra content in them. But
Love.
Mhm.
it's just like mixed in with the normal episodes.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah, I like The Office. My go-to is probably Friends,
Yeah.
honestly.
Ryan and Kelly banging in the dumpster last night got me good.
Oh, yeah, in an episode
Oh,
on,
yeah.
on The Office, yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Yeah.
That's why he like told me or like yelled for me because I was downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
He
I
had
wondered if that was
paused
him.
it. He had paused it and he was
Oh.
like, I rewound it because I think that this hasn't been in there before. Or like there
Yeah.
was stuff that was happening that like,
It was a deleted scene.
Yeah.
How funny.
yeah, I like The King of Queens.
Yes.
Mhm.
Early Grey's Anatomy is also kind of a comfort show if I need like something longer.
True.
But later seasons, I just get
Stressed out.
annoyed.
And annoyed.
Mostly annoyed.
Once they finish killing, like not killing off all, but like once they finish off leaving or removing a lot of the like original 5,
Murdering all the men.
they do kill all the men
They do,
in that show.
Or make you hate them.
Yeah.
Like write them to the point where you just don't like them anymore
Yeah.
as a character and
Mm.
then write them off the show.
hmm
Shondaland, what are you doing?
So I don't
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I think that those and New Girl probably.
Mm-hmm.
Girl's a good one.
New Girl is my good, like in the background, doing my makeup, getting ready for work.
Mhm.
Just because I've seen every episode and it.
And it's so
isn't
happy
as-
almost
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, it's not super stressful. I don't know.
Portlandia for me.
Yeah.
Do love
Since
Portlandia can stress me out a little bit though.
I only ever watch Portlandia when I'm not home. I only ever
Oh.
watch it when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
funny.
how weird.
Yeah.
It's like always on a different cable channel or something.
I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's dumb. It's funny.
Yeah.
I love all the characters. I love the recurring characters.
hmm
Fred Armisen, a peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Is that your only comfort show?
I have a lot of comfort movies.
I don't.
Old movies.
Hmm.
Lots of Barbara Streisand. Lots of Betty Davis.
Yeah.
Lots of what's that bitch's name?
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. Think about her for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love an old movie in the background. I think I'm going to do more of that. Kelly and I were talking about how I feel like watching reality TV, as much reality TV as I watch,
Mhm.
is starting to
Rotting your brain.
poison
Yeah.
my brain.
Yeah.
I've noticed being so ragey at the end of the day because I
Mhm.
have it on all day in the
Because they're
background.
yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Constantly.
And
Yeah.
it's been even worse because I've been trying to finish and get caught up with New Jersey Housewives. And
Yeah.
I was explaining to her that one's so hard because it's all family for the most part.
Mhm.
So you're just watching a family
Yeah, they're like in-laws.
rip each other
Yeah.
apart. A brother and sister rip each other apart for 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Plus, like they're still fighting into season 14 right
Oh,
now.
man.
I can't have that in my brain anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a break.
I think that's why I've never really gotten super into a reality show before.
Mhm.
Because, and it's why I would not judge mom or you or guys for being into them, but I would always like kind of question it because I'm like, we have enough family drama. I don't need to watch
Yeah.
other people's family drama. Like, I think that's also why I don't watch a lot of like dramatic TV shows.
Mhm.
Mm.
I just, that's not escapism for me. If I'm gonna watch a show, it's to escape reality a little bit
Yeah.
or learn something,
Mhm.
and I just that doesn't make me escape. It just makes me annoyed.
Yeah.
Word. Don't leave me,
And
Heidi.
so much anxiety and
You wouldn't like me on the Kardashians.
Ew, no one would like me on the Kardashians.
You wouldn't like me. It's the drug, like anti-drug ads.
Oh,
You're not your. Or no, it's a Snickers
This is your
ad.
brain on drugs.
This is your
Yeah.
brain on drugs, but it's you. Like,
Oh.
you're not you when you're hungry. It's a Snickers ad.
Oh, wow.
Danny DeVito.
That's different.
Oh no.
That's different.
Oh.
Should we
Anyways, I started blasting.
Should we ask a jar of questions?
I don't have it. Go ahead.
Me?
Do it, girl.
Do it.
I like to dig and
Mm-hmm.
We all
get
kind
in
of
at
do.
the bottom. Even though like we don't know what's on the top.
Yeah.
Like,
We really don't.
Choose who's going
Oh,
first before they make you go
no.
first.
Bailey can answer this first.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, no,
Oh,
what?
no.
I spend blank hours on social media a day.
Oh. Guys.
Pull up that watch time.
Yeah, that time
I don't have my
spent
phone.
app. I don't either. But I can tell you because I have my social media apps set to 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. And you time that shit out every day.
It locks me out
And then you put in the little password.
around 2 p.m.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
I know. I am chronically on TikTok. It's bad. It's good, but it's bad.
Yeah.
I just know I see all the things now. I know all the things.
I know.
And I feel like every other word out of my mouth is, so I saw this video on TikTok.
Right?
Yeah, too much time. Way too much time.
When I first started getting into TikTok, it was right after it went from Musical.ly to TikToks around like 2017, 2018.
Mhm.
And I was still a little ashamed about being on the app. And so I would do the thing of like, oh yeah, I read this thing recently.
Oh,
No,
think
it's
we all
I
did
fully
that.
saw a TikTok about this. So to preface this, as I yawned. I sleep with YouTube on a lot. Like I'll have a YouTube video playing while I'm sleeping and then it just auto plays, whatever.
Oh.
So it says I've spent 36 hours this week on YouTube. But yes.
Do you have ads?
Oh, no. So you could just.
I sleep through them. I'm a hard sleeper.
How?
I'm a hard sleeper.
Oh my God. See, I think
sleep
it's
like
going to
the
be that
dead.
1990s commercial that comes on. The greatest hits, like at full volume, Celine Dion at 2 in
George
the morning.
Lopez
Yes.
on full blast.
Oh,
Yes.
my God. Yeah, no, that cannot
It's
be
all
me.
my friends.
Oh, it is. I
All
changed the lyric.
my friends on a low rider.
Cool.
Okay.
How many
Anyways.
hours?
So yeah, 36 hours with watch, listen, stream on YouTube. It says I've spent 15 hours this week on Royal Match,
Oh,
which is the
no.
game I play. 10 hours and 51 minutes on TikTok
This week.
this week.
And it's Saturday.
Yeah. So that's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
6 hours.
When you added it all together,
10 hours over the course of an entire week? I spend 10 hours
Okay.
almost every day.
add it all up.
Yeah.
Though. Add it all up. YouTube.
Okay,
Oh, I see what you're
but
saying.
YouTube is most of that is me sleeping.
Okay, so don't count
Anyways,
YouTube.
okay.
So your game and TikTok alone is 25 hours.
25 plus 6 hours and 41 minutes
Thank you.
on Twitter. But usually, like, I'm watching a YouTube ad in the corner or YouTube in the corner of the screen and scrolling
Screen on screen.
Oh my
Scrolling Twitter.
goodness.
And then 6 hours and 3 minutes on Dropout, which is the College Humor streaming service.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
How many hours are accounted for on your screen time?
What do you mean?
Like,
Total
out of-
my total screen time this week, it says is 83 hours and 22 minutes. But 36 of that is YouTube playing while I'm
so
asleep.
there's only 168 hours in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So half.
Half of your week on your phone.
I'm sure
I
mine
would
is
die.
over
Oh,
that.
mine's not, mine. I don't think mine is that extensive.
Oh, mine is definitely.
I wish I could
more.
look.
We'll get back to. We'll send some screenshots.
also
See
spent-
who's the worst of the worst.
19 minutes on my ear tool app.
Got a lot going on in there. Huh?
Just checking it out.
Freaking gold mining.
She's going through all the caves.
There's a nugget.
This week on Goldmine.
This week on Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
And 8 minutes on Asana because I mostly use Asana on my laptop.
A whole 8 minutes.
Ooh,
No,
she
I
got
use
herself
Asana on my
done.
laptop.
Oh my gosh.
Are you better though, Kel?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think I spend more than on my phone,
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe 4 or 5 hours a day,
that's healthy.
5 or 6.
Yeah, not me.
I've also been very busy at work lately, so
That's
I
true.
don't pick up my phone like at all.
Mhm.
But social media, I probably a few hours a day.
Yeah.
And of my social media, I'm probably on Instagram more than I am on TikTok.
Yeah, you are an IG girly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've been more consistent with TikTok since we've started all of this, but
All of this.
Oh, yes.
I had to be.
Yeah.
But I lean more heavily on Instagram and even still find myself
Mhm.
I get stuck in reels really easily. in
Really?
Instagram.
Whole
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
interesting hellscape.
But they're all things I've seen on TikTok already. So
Right,
it's like
yeah.
Lately, I haven't been seeing as many TikTok recycles in my reels. I'm
Mm.
actually starting to see reels, and I
Nice.
think it's because I started making them more on my personal profile.
Yeah.
Then I started getting fed the good stuff because I
Oh.
started engaging with the good stuff, and
Mhm.
it's slowly turning my algorithm into something interesting. But yeah,
And I think I like my Instagram reels more because I have more like Arizona related
Yeah.
things to do that come up in my Instagram versus TikTok.
I love that.
TikTok is all dogs and I'm not mad about that.
I wouldn't be either.
So-
My thing with my Instagram reels is it's all like rage bait. Like
Really?
that's like all of the
Oh.
Instagram reels I get fed.
It's because Facebook is starting to bleed over into Instagram.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Anyways.
They're also trying to get Facebook Reels off
Yeah.
the ground and running. It's not
Yeah.
really doing too well.
Yeah.
It's also why they haven't expanded past the minute long on Reels on Facebook. That's why when it says allow my reel to be seen on Facebook, that's when we can get like way more plays because
Mhm.
it's on 2 platforms at the same time. If it's more than a minute, it won't do it.
Interesting.
They're just not helping themselves. It's
Yeah.
a little odd.
Yeah.
Help us help you.
But yeah, I
You'd
think
think.
minimum a day,
4.
4 hours maybe.
Yeah.
Now I'm really interested, so I'm going to check after this.
I'll have to check too because I want to say mine's probably worse than Halsey's. I am always on my phone.
Yeah.
It's always in my hand. I have it when I'm brushing my teeth.
While you're brushing your teeth?
I will scroll. I'll have it on the sink and I will scroll while I wash my teeth. Wash my teeth.
Same.
This week on Gold Rush.
Do you have one of the little clickers?
No, I do for my Kindle.
Oh, you should get one for your
I
phone.
should
You shouldn't.
You can try mine.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
no.
one.
Okay.
I want one for my Kindle, but
I do
not
too.
for my phone.
The problem with the clicker on the phone is I comment a lot on
Mhm.
TikTok. I'm
Oh.
always typing something or engaging with something or trying to at least.
Yeah.
You can't
So
with
if it's not
clicker.
out of my hands, I can't do that. with the
True.
clicker.
This is not a reply guy household.
reply guy.
We're lurkers.
I was a lurker for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
Now I'm a reply guy. More questions?
Sure.
Uno
I
mas?
think one more.
Let's do it.
And then it's gonna be time to write more to put in the jar for next time.
Wow, what a great song.
Thank you.
Nice jingle.
Thanks.
I love a jingle.
We've done that.
Oh, oops.
It was tell your worst date story.
Get out of here. So aggressive. Sorry, guys.
Be gone.
That's a big guy.
Yeah.
What was your favorite candy from childhood, and would you still eat it today?
Ooh. I gotta think about this for a second. Kelly, do you have like an immediate answer?
No, because I ate too. Oh, yes, I do. But it's kind of a mixed bag. Is that okay?
I love a mixed bag of candy.
Love
Give
a
it to
variety.
me. Yeah.
Okay. At the movie theater in Colorado Springs, I hope that this still exists, but I haven't been to this movie theater in years, so who knows. But they used to have a Willy Wonka machine. And you
What?
would choose. Oh, hold on. You would get to choose your size of container, small, medium, large. Depending on the size, you get different amounts of scoops. So you choose, obviously, large because you want to be able to take it home with you and have it for weeks to come. Maybe. And you get to choose from all the different Wonka candies. So gobstoppers, runts, sprees, and like the multiple varieties of sprees. The sour ones, my mouth's watering just thinking
I do like a spree.
I knew you would
I
have an
love
answer.
the texture of a spree.
So
I do too. And I haven't
Yeah.
had a spree in years.
Yeah.
The chewy sprees, though, very good.
What is a spree?
It's kind of like a Skittle,
Oh, okay.
but better.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like flat
Oh,
with slightly rounded, or
chewy,
like-
right?
yes.
Most of them are chewy, but some
Yeah.
of them are kind of hard.
Okay, yes, I have had those.
And the
Very
sour ones are so
The
good.
sour ones are the best.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
because they don't have the sour texture,
Like grit.
so they don't tear your mouth up.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
This is movie theater only, though.
Yes.
yeah, you can only get it, and I've only ever seen it at this one movie theater.
Random.
Wonka, get it together.
Colorado Springs, North Powers, Cinemark.
Cinemark.
Check it out for us.
Yeah.
So
So,
funny.
Our
Okay.
Colorado listeners, let us know.
Yeah.
Is it
Could
still
you
there?
please text me? You probably know me.
Show
So,
us a box.
Probably do.
yeah.
Cute. Okay.
So yeah. If I was going more generic though, probably like a sour Skittle.
Oh my gosh. All the
I
sour.
was more fruity than chocolate.
Okay. Okay. Love.
Mhm.
I was also a sour kid. Anything that like just by the time you're done with it made your mouth bleed a little bit.
Yeah.
I was there. The
What a fun
excitement.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sour candy is also really great if you have an anxiety disorder. Fun fact,
Oh.
because it can help pull you out of that mindset.
It makes you think about a different part of your brain. Like
Mhm.
it makes you focus on something different
Interesting.
so that you stop
It
panicking
can like
about the other
it's
thing.
helped me like pull me out of a panic attack before.
Yeah.
Just sour gummy worms.
I love a gummy worm.
Love a gummy worm. Yeah, like Jansen and I used to love a peach ring.
Mm.
Still love a peach ring.
Yeah.
I love anything gummy. The other thing I was like, if we're going to the candy store, like in the mall,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for the tubes with the different flavored sour sugars.
Oh, and you could make like different
Yeah.
layer. You could like
Yes.
layer your tube.
Well, and I
with-
would be strategic about the layers.
We had that at camp for a while.
Oh my god.
Dangerous.
Oh, and like the snack shack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Delish.
Yeah. Because I'm not a chocolate person, really, in general.
I
Not-
am more so now than I was.
No, yeah. I do love a fruit and chocolate.
Do you eat
Yes.
the true
Mhm.
fruit
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, you showed me those.
Love
A
true
frozen
fruit.
true fruit.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
Those are dangerous.
All the way.
The
Yeah.
white chocolate ones.
The white chocolate and chocolate mix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I definitely was a sour candy kid, still a sour candy kid. Now, the candy that, like, it didn't exist then, but if it did, would have gone ham because it's like getting to eat a Polly Pocket clothing
no.
item, is the ropes. The
Nerd ropes?
Not nerd ropes. They're the
Oh, the sweet.
they have sweet tart ropes.
Yeah.
And is this my sour candy from TikTok?
Yeah, Jansen and Kelli
Yeah.
found sour gushers, right?
Yeah, with the blue raz.
On TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
And they've been
my mouth
sitting.
is already.
They've been sitting for a while, so the gushers have really soaked up the sour.
And I'm just gonna scoop a little bit of extra.
Oh, we're getting dangerous.
Shoot, girl.
Have some water ready.
My mouth is watering just looking at that.
What a joyful experience!
Yeah.
Right?
That's what that sounded.
I
like.
do love those,
enjoyable experience.
those sweet tart
Ringing
ropes.
shit.
The raz
Sorry,
candy
Kelli.
Ryan.
Those sweet tart ropes are like my kryptonite.
Yeah.
These
Oh my
days.
gosh, I had no idea you guys were such Sour Patch Kids.
Also good.
Also great. The Sour Patch watermelons.
Ugh.
Love
Yeah.
Shit slaps.
Yeah.
Mhm. I liked a fruity candy.
Mm-hmm.
That was heaven.
Mike and Ike's.
Remember when Jordan Sparks was the Mike and Ike rep?
I don't remember that. I blacked that out.
Hometown
Oh, man.
hero.
The world blacked out her too.
If she's our hometown hero. Oh boy.
Watch out.
Okay.
Haley? What were your
Cheap chocolate.
cheap chocolate?
Hershey's cookies and cream bars.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
How's one of those boys real fast? Hershey's Kisses. I can get a Hershey's Kiss out of the wrapper in like 1 second.
Yeah.
I have a whole system.
Pull
You
the
pull
thread.
at the tab.
Yeah.
You
No.
pull it to the side. It
Yeah.
rips the silver and then they pop out.
Wow.
Like a onigiri.
Yeah, kind
The
of.
sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the rice
I like it.
That's funny.
Yeah, lots of cheap chocolate. But we
Why is the thing that I think of first when you say cheap chocolate is like advent calendar chocolate?
potentially, yeah. Good Cadbury egg.
Chocolate coins.
Ooh,
Love a
yes,
Cadbury
chocolate
egg.
coins.
I will say that is one
That is the one
chocolate that we can both very much agree on is
And I can
Easter chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can eat those till my mouth is raw
Yep.
also.
Yeah, because
Oh,
the candy
no.
coating just rips you up.
Yeah, it kind of cuts the top of your mouth.
Those
a little
and
bit.
robin's eggs. Anything malt. I love a malt ball.
Mm.
I don't like the malts.
Yep.
I can't do them all because of the texture. It freaks me out.
Oh, I
but
like it.
growing up, when we were really little, we went to places like gas stations and stuff like that for little treats, but they were very sparse
Mhm.
moments in our childhood.
Yeah.
We mostly got off on getting the free stuff at church, like the vanilla wafer cookies,
Yeah.
which will always be a favorite of mine.
Yes.
And then when Costco came to town, the ice cream cups
Oh, yeah, the little
with
cup
the
with the wooden
ridges with
spoon.
the wooden
Oh,
spoon,
yeah.
the chocolate one and the strawberry
I
one.
like the vanilla and strawberry.
And that ice cream, like you cannot find that in a larger.
No.
It's only
thing.
those cups.
Yeah.
Only those
They're
little
so
hospital
delicious.
cups.
Yes. Yeah.
And then an Otter Pop.
Loved an
Grew up-
Otter Pop.
Love an Otter Pop.
I have fond childhood memories of Jansen and I opening the freezer, grab as many as you can,
Yeah.
and run.
Oh,
no! Before mom notices you running outside with just a strip of
Oh, no.
Of
Like a
Otter
whole
Pops.
sheet of
Yeah.
them.
Where you-
Yeah. One of every flavor.
Whoa.
I would
I would hoard the pink ones.
steal like 2 or 3 to make a fruit smoothie situation.
Yeah.
I'd cut them all and I'd put them in a triangle, like still
Uh-huh.
zip tied together basically.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to the pool
Yeah.
and I'd just sit on the step
Yeah.
at the front of the pool, like in the little kiddie area.
Mhm.
And I'd just have a good old time, smaller pops,
Aw.
just taking it in.
Love an Otter Pop.
It.
Love me a classic ice cream truck Ninja Turtle head.
Oh,
yeah.
Or
I
a
loved
Bubbles
those.
powder
a Bubbles
puff.
powder puff. Yeah, or a SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
with the bubblegum eyes.
The SpongeBob was my fave.
Oh, I need an ice cream truck.
Wait,
There's one in
here?
your neighborhood.
I know. I've never been able to go to him though.
It's
Oh.
the creepy sounding
They
one.
just
Yeah.
scare me a little bit.
They
They play
do.
Christmas music all year round.
Oh no, I don't like
Questionable.
that.
Yeah.
Very questionable.
My other favorite like childhood treat was the like chips guy, on the
Yeah.
bikes in Arizona neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The pinwheels with hot sauce,
Tahine and
delicious.
chamoy.
Yeah.
Yum.
Never had it, but that
And
sounds nice.
watermelon. Like my go-to summer treat still is watermelon with tahini.
Delicious.
I haven't tried that.
We'll
It's
have
a little
to try
spicy,
it.
a little salty, a little
Yeah.
sweet.
Great texture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great summer flavors as well.
Refreshing.
So today,
Yeah.
we're talking book club.
Book club.
We haven't really talked about the book that we're going to be reading, or that you guys will hopefully be reading over the last month, but we did read Transcendent Kingdom in the last month by Gyasi. It was a book. It was a very hard book. Kelli
I did not finish it.
did not, and that's okay. We're going to talk about that too, because that is always an option.
Yeah.
We've kind of talked about this last season. I have a 100-page rule with books. I do not force myself to read past 100 pages if I'm not liking it, not loving it, not seeing the whole point of it. I have many books on my did not read DNR.
And this one just had some heavy stuff that it didn't go lightly on.
Even the parts of this book that were about the lightness of the main character's life in the future was riddled with darkness, because she spent the majority of the future readings, future tellings in these chapters talking about the past.
Almost the whole second half of the book is just about the end of her brother's life.
Yeah.
And the effects and then the aftermath
Yeah.
of his death. And it was just so dark and hard. But then it's also like, she was unlikable.
Very.
Like, as a main character, like, the way she treated Catherine, the friend, who was just, like, trying to be there for her.
And her boyfriend.
And all of her friends through, like, college and, like...
And I think this is
so nasty
potentially part of... Because this came out after Black Lives Matter. So it was a big resurgence of Black authors that came out after that and talking about the Black experience. And I think that's a part of this book that I will never understand is the way that she avoided getting help is a very big common theme in the Black experience, because you're just told to get through it and get through it no matter what, and lean on your own laurels and not get
especially
help
coming from
anyone.
an immigrant family.
Exactly. And she was such an intelligent character that it's like, how could you not help yourself by like talking to someone, anyone about the things going on in your life? Made me so sad.
And even like in the like epilogue, like she still so obviously has not dealt with the trauma of her childhood and of her mother's mental health.
Yeah. Before we dive into like parts of the book, because there were a lot of parts of the book that I did like and that did resonate with me. Yeah. I want to give some trigger warnings to drug use and abuse, self-harm, suicide, and emotional abuse and parental abuse.
Just all the abuse.
All the
abuses.
I did highlight a ton in this book, though, because a huge aspect of what she deals with is religion and being someone who eventually gets into a science industry and kind of shaking apart what her childhood was all based on in these religious practices, and how much her mom pushed that for her whole life and how it just kind of didn't stick. There was so much of that I was like, oh, I experienced that. Oh yeah, I totally see myself in her story. The other weird aspect to this book is from the get-go, I thought this was a biography of sorts. I thought she was writing her actual story, and it's all fiction, but the way that she writes from her mind's point of view, oh my gosh, feels so real.
Yeah.
So I did love that aspect of Gyasi's writing style.
Yeah, it would make me more interested because her other book, Homegoing, is also, I mean, was award winning and stuff, but I don't know. It was a hard book. But one of the first things I highlighted was literally on page 22.
I have highlighted something on 23.
Oh, funny. Which says, and it may be the same page, it just because I read it on Kindle. She says, I had been shy and awkward, still molting the skin of a Christianity that insisted I save myself for marriage, that left me fearful of men and of my body. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexually immoral person sins against his own body. And it's just like, that's kind of like a constant thread through the whole book, is her internalized homophobia, because she does like have a relationship with a woman when she's in college
that she doesn't want to call a relationship at all. She avoids it. Where, by the way, before we get too deep into this, where did you end up stopping? Do you remember?
I was like almost halfway.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's about where it gets
Really dark.
really rough.
Yeah.
In that, I didn't highlight that.
Mhm.
I highlighted the next page. It was one of the nicer things that I highlighted.
mm.
What kind of question is that? She asked her mom. She grabbed my arm and jerked me towards the mirror. Look, she said. And at first I thought she was angry at me. I tried to look away, but every time my eyes fell, my mother would jerk me to attention once more. She jerked me so many times I thought my arm would come loose from the socket. Look at what God made. Look at what I made, she said in twee. We stared at ourselves in the mirror for a long time. We stared until my mother's work alarm went off, the one that told her it was time to leave one job in order to get to the other job. She finished putting her lipstick on, kissed her reflection in the mirror, and rushed off. I kept staring at myself after she left, kissing my own reflection back.
Yeah. There were those lighter moments of her reflection.
Few and far between.
Few and far between, but of her reflection on her mother
Mm-hmm.
and the person her mom could have, who the potential of the person her mom could have been
Mm-hmm.
if all of the hard didn't happen. If her dad hadn't gone back to Ghana,
Yeah.
if her brother had not died the way he did and when he did, who her mom could have been to them and their relationship and what that could have looked like.
What broke me was that there's no sum up of like, yes, we went through all these hard things, but here's all the good that happened.
Mm-mm.
No.
There was no relief at the end of this book. In
Mm-mm.
fact, towards the end of the book, her mom says one of the last things that she tells us her mom says is that she wished she would have given her son to her father to go back to Ghana with and left the both
Mhm.
of them behind.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wait, that's what we're going to end with?
Yeah.
Not
Because the dad wanted to take him
Mhm.
Yeah.
back to Ghana when he left.
'cause he was the blessed child.
Yeah. The
Crazy.
miracle.
There were also a few instances in here where I was like, oh my gosh, that happened to me too. The instance with the bird where her and her brother play with the bird and touch the bird.
Yes.
Jansen and I
Yeah.
did that.
I was also there for that.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. Because we hid it in, I remember exactly the like drawer we put it in the house. I remember where we found it because we found it in the neighbor next door's a knot in their tree.
Uh-huh.
And we brought it inside and put it in the top drawer of Jansen's dresser.
With a light, like a flashlight or something
Yeah.
to keep it warm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
it was like a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
a baby bird.
Yeah, that had been abandoned.
Yeah.
Didn't survive.
No.
And there was a distinct moment of like, yeah, because you touched it, like because of what you did, it's gonna die now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Cool. Thanks.
great.
Oops.
I highlighted on page 32. The truth is we don't know what we don't know. We don't even know the questions we need to ask in order to find out. But when we learn one tiny little thing, a dim light comes on in a dark hallway, and suddenly a new question appears.
Mhm.
We spend decades, centuries, millennia trying to answer that one question so that another dim light will come on. That's science. But that's also everything else, isn't it? Try, experiment, ask a ton of questions.
I did like the
Like that.
science aspect of
Yeah.
this book. I felt like I learned things. And it
Mhm.
also, there were so many passages, episode chapters 23 and 25. I highlighted like a crazy person because I felt like this was towards the middle of the book and she
Mhm.
started to deconstruct in college and then towards the rest of the book, right?
Mhm.
23 and 25 were total years of being like, oh my gosh, I think the thing that I was told to believe my whole life actually doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck with all of these words and all of
Mhm.
these things in my brain that I've now put there for decades on
Mhm.
end. And now
Mhm.
they mean nothing in my brain. What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has this whole chapter of saying,
The Bible memorization.
yeah, the Bible
Yeah.
memorization.
Yeah. Why did I like fill so much of my
Brain
Head
with these
with
things
that.
when I could have
Yes.
filled it with others.
When I came in to sit with her mom,
Mhm.
I would pick it up, the Bible, and start to flip through it, reading passages here and there, quizzing myself to see whether or not I could remember all of the hundreds of Bible verses I had committed to memory over the years. In college, whenever I struggled to remember all of the proteins and nucleic acids I needed to know intimately for my major, I would think about the surfeit of Bible verses, knowledge taking up space in my brain, and wish that I could empty it out all to make room for other things. People would pay a lot of money to someone who could turn the brain into a sieve, drain out all of that now useless knowledge, the exact way your ex liked to be kissed, the street names of the places you no longer live, leaving only the essential, the immediate. There are so many things I wish I could forget, but maybe forget, in quotes, isn't quite right. There are so many things I wish I never knew.
I remember because I listened to as far as I got, but
Mhm.
that section I did hear, and like when she said the streets,
Yeah.
instantly remember the exact. I remember
Isn't
my
that
first
weird?
address. I'm
Mhm.
like, what?
Oh
Why?
yeah, I remember every address
Why?
I've ever lived at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
strange.
And
So-
phone numbers, my parents' old phone numbers that they don't have anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually still know my mom's original. She had her first cell phone number until 2017.
Yeah.
I don't know her current one. I still know that one.
Oh no.
Other things that I could relate to, the scene of her mother keeping the switch on the table so that she
Mhm.
would eat her, I think it's carrots.
Mm-hmm.
There was a season of life in our elementary school house. I hate peas. I hate them.
They're
The
so
texture of them is
I love them.
disgusting to
Ugh.
me.
Yeah.
It was a cheap vegetable because
Yeah.
it was just canned. Put it in a
Yeah.
bowl, heat it up, put it on a plate. And
Put
I
it in a casserole. Put it in
refused.
You hate peas too?
I don't like. The texture is awful.
Oh.
And the flavor. Why
My-
are they weirdly sweet?
Why are they weirdly sweet? My parents, food waste was not an option.
Yeah.
Finishing your plate was the only option. And there was a point where I would bawl my
Mhm.
eyes out at the kitchen table because I was not allowed to leave until I finished these things that I quite literally wanted to throw up every time I
Mhm.
put them in my mouth because I think it was a texture thing.
Yeah.
And as a kid, those kinds of texture things will send you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was not into it. I was not happy.
Ugh.
So that I totally could relate to. I also sweetly loved that she called adult church big church
Because
Yeah.
that's what we grew up
we
calling
grew
it
up
too.
calling
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
So cute.
Did you call it big church?
One of the other aspects of her deconstruction that I really liked was on page 74. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says, "You shall love thy Lord with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind." Here is a separation. Your heart, the part of you that feels. Your mind, the part of you that thinks. Your soul, the part of you that is. I almost never hear neuroscientists speak about the soul. Because of our work, we are often given to thinking about the part of humans that is the vital, inexplicable essence of ourselves, as the workings of our brains, mysterious, elegant, essential. Everything we don't understand about what makes a person can be uncovered once we understand this organ. There is no separation. Our brains are our hearts that feel, and our minds think, and our souls that are. But when I was a child, I called this essence a soul, and I believed in its supremacy over the mind and the heart, its immutability and connection to Christ himself. And on the next page, it ends with, I want to breathe into my mic.
There you go.
But the truth is, I haven't had much changed. I still have so many of the same questions like, do we have control over our thoughts? But I'm looking for a different way to answer them. I'm looking for new names for old feelings. My soul is still my soul, even if I rarely call it that. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved that so much because the part of deconstruction that's been so sad for me is that I have all of these definitions of what all those
Mhm.
things should be, but they're all founded on Christian biblical principles and a God.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't have those things, then what are all of my moral compasses
Mhm.
founded on? What are all of my life pillars
Yeah.
founded on? I don't know anymore. And I kind of just am making it up as I go. And I think that's that floundering feeling that I've been feeling for the
Yeah.
last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the other things that I highlighted later in the book is, and I don't even remember exactly, this may have been one of her journal entries from when
Yeah.
she was a kid, but she said because her journal is her talking to God,
Mm-hmm.
and she just writes, "Would you show me that you're real?"
Mm-hmm.
And I remember as a kid begging God to show me that he was real.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And I don't know why. I think I was just wrestling with a lot of things, but I think I was wrestling with a lot of the big things of the world is so many bad things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just show me that you're real?
Yeah.
Because I need an explanation of why these bad things get to exist if you're real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then in that same kind of mindset
Mhm.
of, and it's touched on in the book of addictions and
Mhm.
mental health issues and stuff, like if those things are struggles that people have to go through, why do they exist if
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to be perfectly made in his
Mhm.
image? And
Yeah.
But the answer we're always given is just, well, the fall
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sin.
Yeah.
The world is bad because sin was introduced to the world.
Yeah.
And that's why. That's why we have to suffer. And it's just like,
Do we?
Yeah.
okay, like, sure.
And then how much
That's
she
a
wants,
really easy thing to get to say.
right? An easy cop out. Similar to when they talk about she gets to go to the bigger kid
Mhm.
church with her brother.
Mhm.
This is what I thought you were about to say before. Go ahead.
And
Yeah.
does the brother asks, well, there are all these small villages
Mhm.
that might not have any access to the word of God
Mhm.
Ever.
ever.
Mhm.
And so you're saying that they don't have any chance to go to heaven because
Yeah.
they weren't given the opportunity. And the youth pastor just shrugs it off and is like, well, they could have made that choice.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like,
Yes, he says
I
says
can't remember how he worded it.
God will make it happen. That
Yeah.
that he will get to them. And her brother's like, but what if they don't?
Yeah.
Like there is a world where they are unreachable.
And he just goes, well, they're going to hell then.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
shrug happens after that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what? How is that the answer? That
Yeah.
can't be the only answer.
And so quick to say,
Mhm.
Yes.
well, that's,
Yeah.
oh, well. Like,
that's the
Yeah.
world.
yeah.
Well, and for them to be there, for those of you who haven't read the book, they're in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
They are a Ghanaian family that immigrated. I mean, she was born there, but her brother was born in Ghana, and her mom immigrated them over.
Mm-hmm.
And then they are the only Black family in this church, and most likely like in this area that they're
Town,
in their town.
Mhm.
And overt and covert racism that they experience within this community, but also the fact that like they're sitting in this room full of with this white youth pastor and room full of white kids being told like, oh, so you're saying the only other people in the world who look like me are going to hell because you didn't get to them on time? Like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Can't be me.
yeah.
I love this line. There's a girl, the pastor's daughter gets pregnant in the book.
Mhm.
And then 4 other girls in the church also get pregnant within that same year. And she talks about how quickly things change from the pastor's point of view. By the time Mary's due date rolled around, she and the baby's father were married and all was forgiven. But I never forgot. We read the Bible how we want to read it. It doesn't change, but we do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Doesn't
loved
she
that.
speak about how like all the sermons kind of take a turn to almost right the wrong?
Mhm.
Yes, it turns into, instead of fire and brimstone, forgiveness.
Mhm.
Like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because now,
Because it's his
does it affect you personally now? Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
The line that, I mean, like, this is the one part of the book where I actually did cry, is the brother's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to try and read the version in Twee. I'm going to read the translated English version.
Before you
Well,
say that,
Mhm.
you listened to the Audible book?
Mhm.
Wasn't it cool to hear them in these moments where they speak Twee?
Yeah.
The language was so cool. I also loved, did you listen to it
I
on
listened to
Audible?
a little bit. Yeah.
The way that they say her brother's name, Nana. I thought it was
Yeah.
Nana when I'm reading it in the
Yeah.
book, but it's Nana.
Nana.
And I love
Yeah.
that so much
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her mom says over and over again, there is no branch which I could grasp. I am in swamped waters. Where is my savior? And she says it over and over again.
In
Like
Twee.
in Twee, and she's pacing at the funeral, surrounded by a bunch of white people who don't know what's going on,
Nope.
and other Ghanaians who are grieving in the same way. And that part to me was really beautifully written. And it's one of the only moments where her mother does openly show her grief in a way that is tangible for the main character.
Yeah.
Because the other times, like, her mom just shuts down. And so she doesn't really get to experience, like, what is actually happening in her mom's head. She just sees
Yeah.
a person not being a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, after chapter 25, didn't highlight much because it kind of just more so goes into detail of the collapse of the rest of their family and how they went from 4 to 3 to 2,
Yeah.
1. And yeah, even the epilogue, I finished the book on Audible and it was like, thank you for listening to Audible.
Yeah.
We hope you have a pleasant day. I was like, that's it?
I realized that I was getting to the end, and I was like,
There's no way.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Because the end is it's just so abrupt.
Yeah.
It's like there is no wrap up of her mom being there with her while she was finishing up her doctorate.
Yeah.
No resolution.
There's no resolution at all. It is just like
almost like there should be a sequel, but I know
Yes.
that there's not. This is just a novel.
Yeah.
there's a chapter missing, it feels like.
Right?
Between the last chapter and the epilogue, there feels like there should be another
Yeah.
chapter right there that is like, and mom actually went to therapy and she died peacefully. Like,
Yeah.
no.
No, she just keeps working.
Yeah. And then she ends up with Han,
Yeah.
her lab partner.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, they end up together.
Cute.
He does. So towards the end, he asks her to dinner, and she finally says yes.
Mhm.
And that was one of the only other like
his
sweet
ears
parts.
red?
Yes. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I saw
the-
it coming, but it was kind of nice.
I
that
didn't see
happened.
it coming. I thought she
did.
was going to end up with the friend that helps her with her mom
Oh,
in
Catherine.
the car, Catherine, even though she's so mean to her. I'm
And
like,
Catherine's married.
yeah, but also
Well,
being
yeah.
forced to have a baby.
Yeah.
A little freaky.
Yeah, that part. That part too. Also, no resolution to that.
Nope. They're just still married. That's the last you get a description of her
Yeah. But the other part is like, there's no resolution because she is not invested
in other
into
people.
any other person.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even think she's that invested in her mom.
Oh, no.
I think she's just invested in her brain being, I don't know,
There.
her, like the main character's brain being excited by her work
Mm-hmm.
and engaged in the day-to-day of doing her work, because she knows that with time she'll be able to resolve something. And her experiment works, by the way.
Mhm.
That is the only other like medical resolution, because
Yeah.
so much of her describing the experiments is that it's little by little, like you see
Mhm.
small minuscule changes, but towards like 3/4 in,
Mhm.
it does work at some point. So you
Mhm.
know that probably after the missing chapter
Yeah.
is her actually getting to see how her experiments do affect someone with depression or who is addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
Because for those who haven't read, she's trying to basically find a cure for depression or find a cure for addiction, so that someone could just drink something and it turns off the part of their brain that makes them want to do bad things to themselves, because
Yeah.
those bad things also affect everyone else around them.
Which is why the last thing I highlighted
Yeah.
is from page 252. When I watched the limping mouse refuse the lever, I was reminded yet again of what it means to be reborn, made new, saved, which is just another way of saying of needing those outstretched hands of your fellows and the grace of God. That saving grace, amazing grace, is a hand and a touch, a fiber optic implant, and a lever and a refusal. And how sweet it is.
A little goosebump base.
Yeah, because that is really some of the only resolution we get in
Yeah.
the book.
And it's 1 to 2 sentences.
Yeah.
In like the final chapter.
Brutal. I still would recommend it. I do want to read Homegoing, because I've heard so many
Mhm.
great things about it.
That one's more it's a historical fiction.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do recommend, but just go in with those trigger warnings. I think I learned a lot about deconstruction that I wasn't expecting,
Mhm.
and seeing it through someone else's eyes was cool.
Yeah.
With the time left, we should talk about new books for
Yeah.
our next month, unless anyone had any else to share.
I got nothing. I want to hear Kelly's picks.
Kelly picks.
Kelly's draft picks.
Listen. So I only brought 2. One is one that I had on the last one, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue again, because I still want to read it.
I want you to read it too.
And the other book that I brought is called Recoil. And I'll say this, preface, the book that we read here is not anywhere close to what I normally like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I look at books I don't love reading. I'm
Yes.
not great at it, and it's not a way that like instantly comes to my mind to unwind or whatever.
Yeah.
So like and I think this was part of why it was hard, is like it was so realistic and
Yeah.
everything. Like I
Realistic
personally-
fiction is hard.
Yeah, I personally
Raw.
like things more magical and
Yeah.
futuristic, whatever it might be.
Escapism.
The Recoil book is kind of science fiction thriller.
Ooh. Is it by Blake Crouch?
No.
Oh, who's it by?
J.T. Nichols.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So do you want me to like read?
Yeah,
the-
do it.
Carter Langston is murdered while salvaging a vessel. I don't know how to pronounce it. A major inconvenience as he's downloaded into a brand new body on the space station where he's backed up several weeks journey away. But events quickly slip out of control when an assassin breaks into a med bay and tries to finish the job.
Oh, shoot.
Death no longer holds sway over a humanity that has spread across the solar system. Consciousness can be placed in a new body or coil straight after death, giving people the most potential for immortality. Yet Carter's backups, supposedly secure, have been damaged. His crew are missing, and everything points back to the vessel that should have been a simple salvage mission.
Interesting.
With enemies in hot pursuit, Carter tracks down his last crewmate, recoiled after death into a body she cannot stand, to delve deeper into a mystery that threatens humanity and identity as they have come to know it.
Interesting.
That sounds like also a Netflix show that James and I are trying to watch.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, I
So-
like. Definitely escapism.
Different. Yeah.
Fun.
Very different.
So my first pick, which I'm hoping you haven't
Wait.
already read.
Are we doing, do you want to do both
I
of
only-
yours?
Oh, did
sorry.
you want me to read about Addie LaRue?
Oh, no, that's right. I forgot Ayaru was the other one. I feel like a lot of people know what that one's
Yeah.
about.
I also kind of, I think
You
I
did
read
the
some of
synopsis,
it
yeah.
last time.
You did.
So my first is called The Lost Bookshop. Have you read it?
I have it in my TBR, I think.
Okay, good. It's only $3.99 right now on Kindle.
Ooh.
And you can earn 9 points. I don't even know what that means.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You can earn points to get free books.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's like a reward.
It's like on one. So, the thing about books, she said, is that they help you to imagine a life bigger and better than you could ever dream of. On a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found. For too long, Opaline, Martha, and Henry have been the side characters in their own lives. But when a vanishing bookshop casts its spell, these three unsuspecting strangers will discover that their own stories are every bit as extraordinary as the ones found in the pages of their beloved books. And by unlocking the secrets of the shelves, they find themselves transported to a world of wonder where nothing is as it seems.
Ooh.
Fun. We love a little hidden bookshop.
Mhm.
My other one is a newer book by Jodi Picoult, who wrote My Sister's Keeper.
She's on TikTok now.
She's on TikTok now. She's going off. This one is called Mad Money,
Okay.
and I'll read the quicker synopsis here. So, Olivia McAfee? Yeah, sure. Olivia knows what it feels like to start over. Her picture-perfect life living in Boston, married to a brilliant cardiosurgeon, raising their beautiful son, Asher, was suspended when her husband revealed a darker side. She never imagined that she would end up back in her sleepy New Hampshire hometown, living in the house she grew up in and taking over her father's beekeeping business. Lily is familiar with do-overs too. When she and her mom relocate to Adams, New Hampshire for her final year of school, they both hope it will be a fresh start. And for just a short while, these new beginnings are exactly what Olivia and Lily needed. Their paths cross when Asher falls for the new girl in school, and Lily can't help but fall for him too. With Ash, she feels happy for the first time, yet she wonders if she can trust him completely. Then one day, Olivia receives a phone call. Lily is dead, and Asher is being questioned by the police. Olivia is adamant that her son is innocent, but she would be lying if she didn't acknowledge the flashes of his father's temper in him. And as the case against him unfolds, she realizes he's hidden more than he's shared with her.
I feel like I just read the whole book.
I do too, unfortunately, but that's crazy.
And the last one is from Barack Obama's 2023 book list.
Oh boy.
It's a murder mystery.
Okay.
Called The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. And where's the synopsis? Oh, please. In 1972, when workers in Pottstown, Pennsylvania were digging the foundation for a new development, the last thing they expected to find was a skeleton at the bottom of a well. Who the skeleton was and how it got there were two of the long-held kept secrets by the residents of Chicken Hill, the dilapidated neighborhood where immigrant Jews and African Americans lived side by side and shared ambitions and sorrows. Chicken Hill was where Moshe and Chona Ludlow lived when Moshe integrated his theater and where Chona ran the Heaven and Earth grocery store. When the state came looking for a deaf boy to institutionalize him, it was Chona and Nate Timblin, the black janitor at Moshe's theater and the unofficial leader of the black community on Chicken Hill, who worked together to keep the boys safe.
Interesting. Lots of murder happening in your themes.
Only done 2 of them.
Out
Of 3.
Hilarious.
Listen, I was trying to go for something different than what we had been reading.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder. Shall we
Cool.
spin the wheel? Oh, your pick, sorry.
I won't read because I don't want to take up more time.
I'm sorry.
No,
that took a
you're
lot of
fine.
time.
The synopses usually do. I put a book in there by Dolly Alderton that just came out called Good Material. And then I put in another book that's been out for a minute called Yoke. I'm pretty sure I put it in my TBR in 2020. And that one is by Mary H.K. Choi. Both are have a lot of good ratings and reviews. So spin that wheel. Beep-a-dee-bop, beep-a-dee-boop. Wee. What will it be? Huh?
Oh no.
You mother.
Oh, Recoil. Got Kelly's pick.
Oh no, I'm stressed.
Why?
Why are you stressed, babe?
I don't know.
Would you rather listen to Addie LaRue? Oh, there's little clap sounds. How cute.
Alrighty, I'll go pull it.
Do you want Recoil or do you want Addie LaRue?
No, let's do Recoil.
Okay, let's do it.
Abide by the wheel.
I know.
Listen to the wheel.
She just got so excited when it was about to stop on it.
Nervous.
Nervous.
It's a lot of pressure being the book picker.
It is. But I went before you. It was a rough read.
You
so
walked
now
so I could run.
Exactly. Exactly. So that means for our next book club, we are reading Recoil, and we hope you read along with us. We're obviously going to be posting more about this on social media. We hope to do more lives too once we have more followers. I think that would probably be the best because we had a whole 2 people come. We love the people that came.
Yeah.
But we also grew up with you and we call you a cousin. So there's that.
Yeah.
So yeah, pick up Recoil at your favorite local bookstore or Audible or wherever your reading
Libby.
pleasure bees.
The library.
Yeah.
Oh, a library. One of
Kindle.
those. But with that, thanks so much for coming to Blood and Contracts. Please like this video on YouTube and comment below if you would like to add a book to the wheel.
Oh,
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then don't
We'll
forget
judge
to
you for it.
clearly, that's what we do here. Please subscribe because we need you to stay around for a long, long time. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform, please rate and review our show. It really, really helps us to discover more audiences and for other people to find us and listen to us, which would be great. And please follow us on social media. We're at Blood and Contracts on everything your heart could desire. We'd love to see you over there. Thanks so much to my sister by blood.
Halsey.
And my sister by contract
Kelly.
for a great pod weekend. And I'm Bailey. This is Blood and Contracts. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.